Emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready? Blue 60. 50.
Check mark 50.
Yeah. You don't want none.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down and 4, Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Stafford delivers this to Hockenson, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Stafford now to throw. Flushed out right. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Double right. Safety's creeping. Hey, wahoo.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. The quick slant caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's first and goal. Throwing again is Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, but it'll be second and goal. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Switch.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He finds an opening past the 40. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Jay Sternberger, the rookie. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. The 3rd year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, check 26. 26. Hey, Delta. 51.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Omaha, ready, move. Look at him.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 1st downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Johnson. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
These two teams all tied after one. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Running right, Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check, 20.
Check, 45, come on. Nice, sweetheart.
Stafford on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Set, 20.
Check my 21. Get that quarterback. And all come. Check 43.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run it with Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now Stafford on third and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off.
Copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard. they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
Not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Set, 180.
50, line 50. Let's go, D. Whip.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
That's good for the Lions. First down.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Rashawn Melvin in on the stop. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
For Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set. Red 80. 21.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford, and that is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Kevin King with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously, the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Rodgers now to throw. And Adams has it, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
And they try to sweep to Jones. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They bring Rashawn Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now it's Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Lazard. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. Rodgers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 24, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Rodgers going to throw. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Bravo!
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Here's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Antonio Callaway, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Jones has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Back to throw. Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Caught by Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again. That is nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. That's to his running back, complete. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point good by Prater. And this is back to a 5-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Rodgers now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Trey Flowers in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Hey, do.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
and New Orleans. Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. This team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud